Have you ever finished a full meal, felt completely full, and then suddenly wanted cookies, chocolate, or something sweet just 20 minutes later? You tell yourself, I'm not even hungry, so why can't I stop thinking about sugar? If that sounds familiar, you're not weak, and you probably don't just have bad self-control. In fact, your body and brain may be responding exactly the way they were designed to. The surprising part is that hunger isn't always what's driving your cravings. There are hidden signals happening behind the scenes, and once you understand them, everything starts to make a lot more sense. Sugar cravings affect millions of people every day. They can make healthy eating feel impossible, trigger overeating, and leave you stuck in a cycle of guilt and frustration. Many people think the answer is simply to have more discipline, but that's rarely the whole story. Your brain, your hormones, your sleep, your stress levels, and even your daily habits all influence those powerful urges. And if you only fight the craving without understanding where it's coming from, you're treating the symptom instead of the cause. Think about a typical afternoon. You had lunch, you've been sitting at work for a few hours, and suddenly someone brings donuts into the office. Even if your stomach isn't empty, the craving feels real. Or maybe you're relaxing at night after dinner, and somehow the kitchen keeps calling your name. These moments aren't random, and there's a reason they happen so often. One of the biggest reasons is your brain's reward system. Sugar activates parts of the brain that are linked to pleasure and learning. When you eat something sweet, your brain releases chemicals that make the experience enjoyable. Over time, your brain begins connecting certain places, emotions, and routines with sugar. That afternoon coffee break, watching TV at night, or even driving home from work can become automatic craving triggers. But here's what most people don't realize. Just because your brain wants sugar doesn't mean your body actually needs it. A craving is not always a sign of physical hunger. Sometimes it's simply a learned habit repeating itself. Imagine hearing your phone notification. Even if the message isn't important, you still feel the urge to check it. Sugar cravings can work the same way. Your brain has learned a pattern, and now it expects a reward at certain times. The good news is that habits can be changed. The next time a craving appears, pause for just 2 minutes before reacting. Ask yourself a simple question. Am I physically hungry, or am I looking for comfort, stimulation, or a break? That short pause gives your thinking brain a chance to catch up before your habits take over. But there's another hidden reason cravings become so intense, and it has nothing to do with willpower. Your blood sugar plays a huge role. When meals are mostly made up of refined carbohydrates or sugary drinks, blood sugar can rise quickly and then fall just as fast. That drop can leave you feeling tired, irritable, and searching for another quick source of energy. This doesn't mean everyone experiences dramatic blood sugar swings in the same way, but balanced meals generally help people stay satisfied for longer. Including protein, fiber-rich foods like vegetables, beans, or whole grains, and healthy fats can slow digestion and help create steadier energy throughout the day. Think about the difference between eating a candy bar for breakfast and eating eggs with whole grain toast and fruit. The second meal is likely to keep you feeling full longer because it provides a better balance of nutrients. And this is where many people accidentally make things harder. They skip breakfast, eat very little during the day, and then wonder why evening cravings become overwhelming. By nighttime, both their body and brain are looking for quick energy and comfort. Another factor that often gets ignored is sleep. Have you ever noticed that after a poor night's sleep, unhealthy foods seem much harder to resist? That's not just in your imagination. Research has found that sleep loss can affect hormones involved in appetite and can also make highly rewarding foods seem more appealing. At the same time, being tired reduces the mental energy needed to make thoughtful food choices. Your brain is simply trying to solve an energy problem in the fastest way it knows how. That's why improving sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It can also make healthy eating feel easier, instead of feeling like a constant battle. Aim for a consistent bedtime when possible. Reduce bright screens before sleep, and create a calming evening routine. Small improvements in sleep often have benefits that extend far beyond the bedroom. But what if your cravings seem strongest after stressful days? Stress changes the picture completely. When life feels overwhelming, many people naturally reach for comfort foods. Sweet foods don't solve stress, but they can temporarily shift how we feel. The brain remembers that short-term relief and starts suggesting the same solution the next time stress appears. The problem is that emotional hunger usually comes on suddenly. Physical hunger tends to build gradually. Emotional cravings often demand one specific food, while physical hunger is usually satisfied by many different options. Learning to notice that difference is incredibly powerful. Instead of automatically reaching for sugar, try asking yourself, what do I actually need right now? Maybe it's food, but maybe it's a walk outside, a glass of water, a few deep breaths, a conversation with someone you trust, or simply 10 minutes away from your screen. This isn't about never eating dessert. Healthy eating isn't about perfection. It's about becoming aware of the reasons behind your choices. Now here's another mistake that catches many people. They try to completely eliminate sugar overnight. For some people, overly strict rules can backfire. The more forbidden a food becomes, the more attention your brain gives it. That can make cravings feel even stronger. Instead of thinking, I can never eat sweets again, try building meals that leave you satisfied, planning treats intentionally instead of impulsively, and focusing on consistency rather than perfection. A balanced approach is usually much easier to maintain over the long term. There's one more piece of the puzzle that deserves attention. Your environment often shapes your decisions before you even realize it. If sweets are always sitting on the kitchen counter, if every work meeting includes pastries, or if every evening routine ends with ice cream in front of the TV, those visual and routine cues keep activating cravings. Making healthy choices easier often means changing your surroundings, not just changing your mindset. Keep fruit where you can see it. Prepare balanced snacks ahead of time. Make the healthier choice the easier choice. Small changes in your environment reduce the number of decisions your brain has to fight every day. When you step back, sugar cravings aren't usually caused by one single thing. They're often a combination of habits, sleep, stress, food choices, daily routines, and the way your brain has learned to seek rewards. The encouraging part is that every one of those areas can improve over time. The goal isn't to become someone who never craves sugar. The goal is to become someone who understands those cravings instead of being controlled by them. Every time you pause before reacting, build a balanced meal, get a little more sleep, manage stress in a healthier way, or change one small daily habit, you're teaching your brain a new pattern. Those small choices may not seem dramatic today, but over weeks and months they can lead to lasting change. Real health transformation doesn't happen because you have perfect willpower. It happens because you build systems that make healthier choices easier, day after day. So here's a question for you. What usually triggers your sugar cravings the most? Stress, lack of sleep, boredom, or simply habit? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear what's been the biggest challenge for you, and your story might help someone else realize they're not alone. If you're working toward a healthier lifestyle one step at a time, you're already moving in the right direction. Keep going. Your future self will thank you.